ever wondered how thermostats or shipping boxes or even snake racks are built? Well, today we are in North Carolina at Reptile Basics headquarters, and we're gonna get not only a tour of their facility, but we're gonna learn how these common everyday reptile products are made. I'm here with Rich, owner of Reptile Basics, and first, thank you for inviting us to your facility.
Thanks for coming.
I am curious, I have a couple questions before we get started and really dive into this. When did you start Reptile Basics?
2004.
Oh, so you're coming up on your 20-year anniversary here soon.
Yes.
Are you doing anything fancy and exciting?
No.
Oh, okay. What did you start with, basically? What was your first product you started selling?
The racks and cages.
Oh, really? You did start with that. And now you do shipping boxes and thermostats and Arcadia lighting and everything electronic.
Seems like it.
Yeah. Did you ever guess it would be this big?
Never in my wildest dreams.
Nice. Well, we're gonna, I guess, explore the facility you have here.
Yep.
I have heard that you have a research and development room full of snakes that maybe we could check out if we're lucky.
Possibly.
Okay, if we're behaved, maybe we'll get to see all the cool...
There's a snake behind you.
Yes, there's a yellow-tailed Crebo here, checking everything out. Look at you all out and about. And I hear there's a lot more snakes that, if we behave, we get to see too. So where are we gonna start?
Well, let's show you around a little bit. Take a look at the warehouse real quick.
All right.
And then we'll get into some thermostats.
Okay.
And how the shipping box foam is made.
Nice.
And the racks.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
Great.
All right, first we're checking out the warehouse portion. I mean, we're gonna be spending most of the day in here, but what is around us right now?
Well, we have several different areas. Our packaging area for orders is over in the corner over there. This is mostly just where imports like Arcadia, high boxes, things like that come in and get stored until it gets broken down and ends up going out to customers. This area over here, and with the CNCs over here, is where we fabricate most of our racks and cages. And over in the other corner, which we'll get to in a little bit, is where we work on the foam for the shipping boxes.
There's just stuff everywhere. There's so many boxes.
We are piled up as high as we can go.
Everywhere you look, you see like Reptile shipping boxes or Arcadia logos on a bunch of boxes, VE logos everywhere.
Yep.
There's stuff everywhere. So should we check out, I don't know, your thermostat area first?
Yeah, let's go start with the thermostats.
Wow, that's a lot of thermostats. So this is where all of the VE thermostats in the world, right, are assembled?
Correct. That
is insane. Right here. That's you just have a stash of these. There's so many.
He's hoarding thermostats.
Apparently.
Hey, that's what we do.
That's right. And there's a bunch of empty ones or missing guts back there.
Yep.
Is this where the assembling actually happens?
Yep.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yeah.
nice.
In fact, we have it set up for you to put one together.
I get to do one?
You get to do one.
Okay, yeah, I'll make a thermostat.
Okay,
Oh.
have a seat.
Okay.
Okay, so we have a PC board.
Okay.
We have the power in and outlet panel already installed on that. It's already been programmed with its software.
Okay.
So the first thing we're going to do is install the board, well, place the board on the bottom of the case.
Okay.
All right, you want to more or less line up your holes.
Oh, here, okay.
Yep.
Onto the board, got it. Yep.
Okay, now you're going to place this front panel in the slot at the front of the case.
Okay.
You can slide the board back a little bit if you need to.
Okay, like
And
that?
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay, now bring the board forward.
Yep.
Now the trick is to get the red buttons to be pretty much flush with the front of that panel.
Okay.
It looks pretty good.
Yep.
So you're going to take some of those little silver screws in the jar there.
Okay.
And you're going to put 6 of them in to hold down your PC board.
Like all the way or partially?
Leave it a little bit loose because we'll probably have to adjust the board once you get them all in.
Okay. Okay, got that done.
Okay, so now confirm that your buttons are still lined up. You may have to slide the board forward just a tiny bit. Okay, perfect. Now you want to tighten down your screws.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so now you have to get your rear panel to snap into its little slot there.
Oh yeah, it just slides right in, doesn't it?
You got to fight with the wires a little bit, but once you get it to snap in, it goes pretty easy. All right, Matt, crush down your wires a tiny bit.
Okay.
Makes it easier. There you go. Now you're going to put the top of the case there. Yep.
Okay, like
that.
that.
Yep.
Oh, and it just slides right into the roof.
Yep, exactly.
Okay. All right, got it.
Perfect. Now flip it upside down. Hold it all together. Okay. Now you're going to get some of the black screws.
Ah, and they go in here.
They go in there.
Okay.
Okay, the next step, take one of those smaller decals. You're going to peel the backing off.
It's a sticker.
Yep.
This just goes right here?
Right there.
Nice. So like this, right?
Yeah, no. Perfect.
Look at that.
Now stand it up. There you go. Now, get one of those.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Right. So, peel the front off. Once you peel the back of this off,
Yep.
see the LEDs right there?
Yes.
You're going to line that up over the top LED and then get it all square and drop it.
So I peel it off, line it up
Yes.
like that. Okay. Oh no.
Okay, you get
That
one
takes
shot at
practice.
this, Emily.
Yeah, this is the.
This is where it goes bad.
Oh no! I don't
Everything else can be fixed.
No pressure.
Okay, I think I did
That's it.
Oh.
Perfect.
Oh yes.
There it is.
Wow.
Okay, so what would you grade her performance?
I'd say she's a 75 or 80%.
Nice. That's
Okay,
the first
first
B
one,
Emily's
Yes,
ever gotten.
exactly.
As a straight A student, that hurts, but okay.
It takes practice.
Look at that.
You didn't have any
Nice.
chance to study.
Okay, I'll go with that, or yeah, it works.
Yep.
Nice. And so then these get tested, and then.
Right, so we'll install the fuse holder on the back.
Oh, yep.
Yep, fuse holder goes in there.
Okay.
And then we'll test it and box it up.
Wow. Is that where testing happens? Where that flashing light is?
That actually is one that came in for warranty repair, so we're letting it run overnight so that we can evaluate it and make sure it's working the way it needs to.
Oh, perfect. So
Yeah.
you do all the product testing for these
Yep.
here too.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Yep.
All right. So thermostats. Check.
Check.
What next?
Well, let's move to the CNC router.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Now we're at the CNC machines.
Yep.
And this is where your racks are built?
Which way they're
Right?
cut.
Or where they're cut. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So how does that process work?
Well, we start out with 4x8 sheets of PVC material. We set it on the table here. Here, go ahead and try and move that.
Oh,
Okay.
I shift it. Okay.
Yep, hang on a second now.
Jeez. Did I move it
Now
too much?
try.
Oh wow. Oh, you barely
Yep.
can move it.
Exactly. So that holds the sheet to the table while the router head moves around and cuts out the parts.
I see. That keeps
Yep.
it in place. The vacuum underneath.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So
Wow.
we actually need to shut that off for 1 second because we moved it.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
No longer square on the
I
table.
watched,
moved it.
We watched Emily struggle with that. She's
Yeah.
like, oh no, get it back to square.
Yep. Back where we were.
Yeah.
Okay, so you ready to start the cutting?
Sure.
All right. Let's come over here.
Okay.
Okay, so what you're going to want to do is use the mouse to click on start.
That's all you have to do to make a cut a rack is hit start?
Yep.
That's so easy.
Okay, so now it wants to know how many sheets we're going to cut. So put in one,
Okay.
say okay. Okay, so it's going to grind through a whole lot of code. So right now it's going to get the first bit that it needs.
Okay.
So now it wants you to start the spindle. So you're going to press the green button, not the blue button, the green button.
The big red button?
No, don't press the big red button. Okay, so click OK.
It's moving.
Okay, click OK one more time, and then we're good. All right, now
Wow.
we can sit back and watch. So every place that you need to put a screw in, it's going to drill a little hole.
Okay.
Okay,
That's interesting. It does all the screw holes first, and then it carves out the pieces?
so that's up to the way I lay out the program.
Okay.
So what I try to do is group the cuts that use the same bit together because it takes time to go change bits.
Okay, that makes sense.
So we're
yeah.
going to do all the screw holes, and then we have a surprise for you on the top of the rack.
Okay.
And it's going to engrave that, and then it's going to change bits and do the rest of the cuts.
Can you imagine if these did not have the capabilities of changing their own bits? You'd have to supervise the entire time and switch out all the bits every time it had to change.
Unfortunately, I know exactly how that feels because I used to do it.
Did you really?
Yes, I did.
This must be amazing to have one that
This was a very nice improvement. Many years ago, yes, I got an automatic tool changer.
Not just one as well. There's a second one over here.
You can really crank out the racks with these.
We can, and we have two other machines that we have
Oh, wow.
off-site that we use mostly to make the racks. Here we primarily cut the cages.
Oh, okay.
So I think it's done.
Yes, cut.
It's done. Okay, we're ready to clean this off and put it together?
Sure.
Okay, so first thing we do, step aside,
Okay.
watch out. So we get rid of the skeleton.
Wow, you use like almost every inch of that sheet.
We really try to. We try to keep as much of this out of the landfill as possible. PVC is a difficult material to recycle. It's
Okay.
very, very good for what we use it for.
Yeah.
For a lot of reasons, but that is the one downside to it.
Right.
So yeah, we really try to cut it up as best we can and get the best yield out of it, and that helps keep the cost down as well.
Yeah, true.
All right, so now we're gonna.
Now that all the pieces are off the CNC machine, Gage is going to show us how to assemble the rack.
Yes, we're going to throw this together real quick.
All right.
All right, so first step you want to do is you want to make sure that you orient your round over towards the top.
Which I think is so cool. There's special bits just to offer or to carve a curved edge to all of the
Oh, and
corners.
it's such a nice feature
It's so
compared
cool.
to the raw, square
Right,
edge.
right. Just
So-
kind of cool.
So for this one, you're going to want to start with the center here. Make sure that you're completely in the dado, and you'll take your first couple of screws.
And since the screw holes were drilled in, you know exactly where to put them. That will help me when I'm building this.
Yes.
Am I building this? I think I'm building this.
I mean, I think you can, yeah. He'll set it up and you finish it.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get through, the important line-up parts, and from that point, it's very simple.
Okay.
So we got our center there, so we're now supported. We will get our bottom,
Oh, okay.
and then
See, it's a good
same
thing you're doing
situation.
this.
Yeah, it took us a little bit of time to figure out exactly what the proper build process for this one was, just because there's so much involved in it.
A lot of pieces.
It's not as clear as the other ones, but it's very simple. Rotate this around, and we'll grab our other side, and we'll just do the same process right here. All right, so next step, now we put our shelves in, we're going to flip this over, and we will take our false back.
Oh, do
slide
you
it right there.
sandwich in the heat tape in between two sheets? Oh, cool.
So this keeps the tubs actually off of the heat itself.
Okay.
All right,
That's
after
really
you
slick.
get that there,
Nice. Good final touch there.
Yep. I'm glad I can help.
if you want to go ahead and get these three here,
Okay.
I'll grab the ones on the other side.
All right.
All right, next we'll take our actual back with the heat sandwiched in there, and we'll line it up same exact way we did there.
Cool.
Make sure everything's nice and flush. We will stand this back up, and we will take your guys' top.
Oh, the final piece.
The most important piece.
Nice.
Turned out so cool.
And we will slide that back in there. And this is where our tubs will come in handy again. Stick one on each side just to make sure that we don't have any kind of dip in the center. And the final screw is right
That
there.
one. I get to do the final
Of course.
screw. The last unit. Oh wait, no, last screw. The pressure. Ta-da! All right, last step. Make it look nice and pretty, and ta-da!
There we go.
We have a brand new baby hognose snake rack. That's what we were building for this video. Surprise! Look, new rack.
So we got the baby rack. What's
Yep.
next?
Shipping boxes, right?
Yep.
And then maybe your snake room, the R&D room.
Maybe if you don't mess up the foam too bad.
All right, if you've ever shipped a reptile or had a reptile shipped to you, you've probably seen one of these boxes, but have you ever thought about where the styrofoam, where the box itself comes from, or how this is made? Well, the styrofoam starts in a 4x4 by 8 foot tall block of pure polystyrene. And then it's actually cut down to the appropriate sizes here at Reptile Basics. So we're gonna show you how this is made. First, the ginormous block, to make it a little bit easier to actually work with, is put on this cutting table and actually sliced into thirds. Then the thirds are just kind of placed over here for storage, and really only one is cut into those squares at a time. So the third, or one of the thirds, is brought over to this big red machine, which does all the fine detailed cutting. All right, so now we have Scott here to teach us how the foam is gonna get cut, and it's all laid down on the machine, squared up, ready to go. So how does the foam turn into the little squares?
Well, it's going to take the electricity, and the machine is going to do machine things, and the wires are going to get hot, slicing through the foam, creating the dimensions we need for the different product lines that we have.
Awesome, so it looks like we've already cut the foam horizontally using the hot wires. So the next step is to have it go down vertically to cut the tops, or to actually cut the dimensions of the boxes that you need.
Right, so the first cut, we got the sheet to the thickness that we need, and now the final step is to put it to the length and width.
Perfect. So basically electricity is running through these wires to heat them up, and they're essentially melting the styrofoam into the pieces. It's a lot cleaner than the knife method that we were using all these years.
Yeah, that leaves stuff everywhere.
Okay, while we wait for the foam to be cut, let's actually learn about another thing relating to reptile shipping. Another thing you might be familiar with are phase packs, actually. You use these for shipping reptiles. Sometimes you'll use cool packs, sometimes you use heat packs, and this is the phase pack. So Robin with Redline Shipping is actually going to explain how these work and in what instances you'd want to use them.
A lot of times when we're shipping the animals, depending on whether the weather is cold or whether it's hot, we need to use supplemental heating or cooling in order to keep the animals at the right temperature during the shipping duration.
Right.
So yeah, as you mentioned, sometimes we use heat packs, sometimes we use cold packs, but there are also phase packs that we can use. The phase pack you can use in a cool configuration, but you can also use it in a warm configuration. So if I want to ship, say, from Phoenix where it's warm, then I would prep the phase pack to cool. So I would put it in the freezer or in the refrigerator or even in cold water. And what's going to happen is it's going to harden up like Emily's pack.
Yeah, this is a cooled phase pack, and it's in a solid state, I guess?
It's a solid state.
Yeah.
Whereas mine is fresh off the line, and it's in the warm state, and so it's in a purely liquid state.
Okay.
So if I'm going from Phoenix or Vegas or another hot environment, I would prep the cool pack, the phase pack, into a cool configuration and use it as a cooling pack. If I'm going from, say, Minnesota, where it's going to be really cold during the winter, then I would prep it for a hot configuration like this, and I would put it in, say, hot water, just so I can get it into the liquid state. The phase pack itself wants to be at 75 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay.
So that's where the phase pack is going to try and achieve inside the box. Unfortunately, 75 degrees Fahrenheit inside of a shipping box is a pretty ideal temperature.
Perfect for reptiles.
For most all species.
Yeah.
So it's a really great tool for when you want to help adjust your box temperature. I think it has a lot of value. You can use it with a cold pack, you can use it with a heat pack, and another great thing about it is you can use it 100 different times.
Oh, you can reuse
You can reuse it again and again and again. The contents are organic, they're biodegradable.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's not a danger to the animals if you happen to puncture the pack or it leaks or anything like that.
Not toxic.
Yes,
it'll be
non-toxic.
safe for the
Safe for the animals.
So how do you make these then?
We actually bought a production machine to make them, which is the thing running right behind us. So it's an envelope style packaging machine. So we use this film here. It's completely flat up top as it feeds into the machine. So as it feeds in, the machine is going to fold it around and have a thermal seal on the back, a heat seal, that's going to make this back seal.
Okay.
And then it's going to feed the liquid in at a precise measured amount.
Yep.
And then as it goes through, it'll do the bottom seal and the top seal. And then it cuts them apart and spits them out the bottom into a box.
Awesome.
Yeah,
so it's just like a chain reaction, just keeps going, filling and sealing and filling and sealing.
Yeah, because the film itself is just a long 1,000-foot roll.
Yeah.
I mean, I like to think of it as like we're making Snickers bars. It's the same style of like a candy bar package.
Actually, it is the exact same style, yeah. But since it has to be in a liquid phase in order to fill, you have to keep everything warm, right?
Yeah, we have to keep the entire machine warm. We have to keep the incoming liquid warm because if it starts to get too cold, if it starts to go into its solid form, obviously it's not going to pump well, it's not going to come into the package well.
Right. So actually we're left with really little waste because they try to utilize as much of that 4x8 piece as possible. And we have our final product. Should we bring it to Rich and see how well we did?
Maybe we can get to the reptile room.
Yes. Okay, I think I cut it well enough to see the snake room, the R&D room. Is it to your standards?
I think it'll work.
Really?
Yep.
All right, let's go.
All right.
All right, we snuck away. We get to go in.
Whoa. Oh my gosh. It goes all the... Wow. This is a huge reptile room.
Yeah, it is.
Wow, what else? Oh, there's Mexican black king snakes.
Yeah.
Oh, what else do we have? Oh, cool. Japanese rat snakes. Nice. Oh, there's a couple down here too. Just poking their heads out. We have a couple of those. What else is out here? Oh, look. Wow, there's a Spilotes. That's beautiful. They might be hiding right now, but Madagascar giant hogs. Oh, should I peek?
Sure, peek.
Oh my gosh. They are gorgeous. Look at these cages too. They have like a chamber that they can slither down
That
into.
is really cool.
That is such a cool
Straight
idea.
down into that.
Oh, hey, Rich.
Hey,
Hope you don't mind. We're just going through.
go to it.
What all do you keep in here?
We do a bunch of Asian rat snakes, blue beauties, the cave dwelling rats,
Oh, you have those too.
Madagascar hognose. You saw the spilotes.
Yep.
Yep. We've got yellowtail crebos, a few different king snakes, just common like Mexican black kings, chain kings, things like that.
Gosh, those are like all the same snakes we really like, or I do. I guess Ed's more of a python guy.
I mean,
but
green trees.
yeah, your green tree, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love the oddball colubrids too. So this is
Yep.
like my kind of snake room. This is amazing.
Want to see a couple?
Yes.
All right. So
What?
this is a juvenile we've been growing up.
I don't even know what
We
species
hatched
this
this
is.
one, I don't know, a year and a half ago.
What is this?
This is a king rat.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's beautiful.
So feel the scales. They've got, watch it.
Yep. Oh, they have attitudes.
They have attitude.
Okay.
Yes, they do.
Holy moly! They feel like pine cones almost. Like they're
Yeah,
so
actually,
pokey.
that's exactly right.
I wanna feel.
Oh, we're gonna huff and puff.
Oh,
It's like, stop touching me.
So these get really big.
Do they really?
Yep, they get about that thick
Okay.
and 5-6 foot.
Oh wow!
So they're a really stout, fun species to work with. They will eat anything that is not nailed to the floor.
Seriously?
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, they're a lot of fun.
Big personalities. It looks
yes,
like.
they have a very big personality. This one I think is in shed. We'll show you. It's an albino in shed.
Well, you know, just an albino king rat.
Oh, well.
No big deal.
No big deal
There you
there.
go. This is a good one.
Oh wow, another one.
Yeah. Yeah, same
Oh,
same keeled scales, same feel, but
I almost prefer the wild type color. I mean, this is
I
beautiful.
like the black and the gold a lot better myself.
Yeah.
These are pretty, but as they get older, they often get washed out.
Okay.
Color-wise, they also musk.
I was just about to say, they seem like muskers by the smell of it.
They do. Yes.
Oh, they must be good display snakes though, with how active they
Oh
are.
yeah, without
I bet
acting,
they're out.
gorgeous they are.
And then,
Oh,
since you're king snake people, so that's an eastern chain king.
that's gorgeous too. I love the blushing up
Yep.
here.
Mm-hmm. That's a real pretty one.
Is that full size for a chain king?
No, they
Okay.
get actually. They're going to probably be 4 to 5 foot
Okay.
when they're grown.
I'm not.
Not a whole lot thicker, a little bit thicker and heavier, head a little bit bigger, but they get to be a good sized king snake. They're one of the larger king snakes.
Are they as good of eaters as California kings?
They will, yes.
So your specialty is good eating colubrids. It seems like.
Yeah, most of them.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, most of them come try to eat me, so that's okay.
Okay, next up is a beautiful snake that I have never seen in person before. A puffing snake?
Puffing snake or bird snake.
Okay.
Yeah, these guys have great color.
The oranges are spectacular.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and it's
Oh,
going
and
straight down into the hole.
Yep.
Did you, speaking of that, I
Yep.
love this design of cage. Did you... Oh, the tail waggle! They do the Vietnamese Blue Beauty waggle, don't they?
Old
That's-
world rat snake
Yep.
rat.
That's it.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. Did you design these cages?
So I got the idea actually from a guy named Bob Applegate, who has retired several years ago. He's out
Okay.
in California, but way back in the late 80s, early 90s, I used to get his newsletter before the internet. I had saw pictures of his cages and how he had them set up, and he did them out of wood. It's beautiful cabinet work.
Okay.
And he had the subterranean little hideout.
Same concept.
And yeah, years later, I was remembering that and thought that'd be a really neat thing to start playing
Yeah.
with. Really don't see it on the market, so probably in the next year or so, we're gonna start selling, individual cages with that bottom.
Are you
toe.
really?
Yeah.
It's awesome because this could be used as a humidity box.
Yep.
Your humid chamber.
A lay chamber.
Yeah, lay box,
just
yeah.
Humidity. Right. Exactly.
It adds some, I guess, enrichment. The snakes get to pretend
Yep.
they're burrowing.
They get to do snake things and go underground.
Yeah, this is so cool.
So there's a lock.
Yep, so there's a lock, just a little peg there, so
Yep.
keeps the bin in. And then it just slides right open. So either extra, aspen substrate or moss, or you could throw like perlite in there, couldn't you? If you want them to lay.
We're gonna put moss in with the female carpet. She's actually gravid now.
Is she really?
So yeah, when she's ready to lay, we're going to pack that with some damp sphagnum.
I guess you wouldn't put
and-
perlite in because you're going to transfer
And it makes a
perlite.
mess, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Very
if you
bad.
wanted to, you could just put a lid on it and throw it in the incubator, but
I guess you could.
You could, yep.
Huh, that is such a cool idea.
Yeah.
Okay, we definitely want some of these when you decide to sell them.
Let me know.
Last but not least, a Crebo, right?
Yep, yellowtail crebo.
And all the blue tongue skinks behind you too.
Yeah,
But,
just a wall of blue tongues. So cool. Okay.
So this one has a really good feeding response. So
Oh, no.
we use a little bit of caution.
Oh dear.
I say just go on in.
Yeah, just
Well,
reach in.
we're gonna. So this is a pretty big boy. He kind of goes where he feels like.
That yellow is so
Oh,
striking. And
actually,
he-
he outsmarted me.
yeah, he's like, I know how to get away from you.
I know how to get out.
1 point Crebo.
Let's see.
Aha! There's doors.
Yeah. So, yep, this guy, I got him because he was an adult. I really didn't need an extra male, but he was just such a pretty one.
He's gorgeous, that
And
tail.
so big and heavy and thick.
Just
He's
like,
really just an impressive snake.
yeah, he is. The yellows in his tail. I've never seen such a bright-tailed or bright yellow-tailed
And
yellow-tailed
hugely
Crebo.
uncooperative.
Of course. Oh, yeah, ours are very floppy and
Yeah,
moving.
they-
Yeah, they don't
exactly,
sit
yep.
nice. Kind of hard to hold.
Ours like to huff and musk too. So,
Oh yeah, ours are muskers. Although ours are blacktails, so I
Yeah.
don't know if that's different.
They're pretty similar.
Yeah. Thank you so much for taking
Oh,
me
you're
out.
welcome. Sorry
And
about the mess.
No, don't worry about it. Thank you for letting us tour your whole facility and for showing us how
you
things
go.
are made. And we actually didn't even see everything that you make here. You also make the heat panels.
We make heat panels here. We make phase packs for shipping for a couple of customers. We are into all kinds of things here.
Yeah, all sorts of things that I'm trying to think of what the theme is of the products that you sell.
Reptile.
I
got it.
Good job. I'm thinking it's products that people use and need, but don't know how to make or don't want to make. Those are the ones that you make.
Yeah, I guess.
Maybe.
Yeah. We import most of the Arcadia products into the United States.
Plus Arcadia bulbs. Yeah.
So yeah, we're kind of a utility company.
There you go. That's a
know,
good
we
way
really,
to put it.
The animals are more for us to just play with, do some research,
Yep.
different materials, different cage designs,
Yeah.
different lighting. But in the end, really, we're a supply.
Yeah, you
company.
test a lot of supplies
Yep.
in this room with the
Yeah,
animals.
we have all kinds of Arcadia products in here that we started out in here just kind of testing out and playing with, seeing how to use them, seeing how they work best. Thermostat ideas, again, cage ideas like you saw.
Yep.
So yeah, we do a lot of different things.
Is there anything next on the list that you want to get into?
No, not right this minute. Honestly,
Okay.
we're
You have enough
we're trying to
projects?
wrap up some of the projects we have, and then we'll move on to
That's
some new
fair.
things. Yeah.
Okay.
We've got several things in the works.
Do you really?
Yep. Oh yeah, always,
Always something new.
always something.
Well, thank you again so much
no
for
problem.
having us here.
Thank you for coming.
Of course. Thank you
Yeah.
guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed learning how some of these electronics, how these mysterious items that we use, because it's still magic to me.
You're
I
a
don't-
professional now.
I can assemble them. I
Okay.
still don't
Sure,
quite know
fair
how
enough.
the
Yep.
electronics work. You and Ed were talking,
Yeah.
and it seems like you guys all know how it works. But
Yep.
still magic. So, thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and thank you Patreon backers for your amazing support. Thank you again, Rich and Gage, for helping us out here today and showing us around. And
Yeah.
see you next time.